What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. This is Kaagbaan in use for departures. Runway 24. Unexpectedly had to relocate a bit further back because where I'm normally standing close to the runway when filming arrivals, you would be a bit too close to the runway for the narrow bodies that rotate early and climb steeply. This is Delta Airlines flight 57 to Salt Lake City. I've lowered the mic setting on the Sennheiser just a little bit because the heavies might get a little loud. So let me know when heavies pass by if you hear clipping. It looked like the sound levels were okay, but do let me know if you guys are hearing clipping when the narrow bodies are when the wide bodies are passing by. So I'm stood a little bit further back from where I normally would be standing. It looked like it was going to be a day of arrivals. I was really looking forward to it. Bart was also already here, and just as I was setting up, Bart came over to me and said, "Hey, look, bezoekbus, they're changing the runway." And yeah, that's what happens. It's been forever ago since I last filmed departures from over here, so might be a little rusty in following. Hopefully it won't be too bad. A very good morning to everybody who has joined already. Marja, goedenavond. Marissa, goedemorgen. Jessica, goedemorgen. Ik heb uw kanaal pas ontdekt, maar ik vind het heel leuk. Ga zo door, echt top. In Dutch, she says, just discovered your channel, but I really like it. Continue the way you are. Really awesome. Thank you for your kind words. Hey Jennifer, goedemorgen. Wearing my AMS t-shirt in the Schiphol office today. Awesome. It was a blue one, wasn't it? I hope the size is right and to your liking, Jennifer. Good morning, everybody else. Wolfgang, Servus, good to see you, mate. Jeroen, goedemorgen. Johnny, goedemorgen. Peter, Gratje, Erik, QJ, good morning one and all. Hey there, George, good morning. This is Shamrock flight 841 to Cork, an A320. Oh, that was my foot against the tripod. So yeah, you guys tell me if the sound is too loud, if it needs to be a bit louder, if you hear clipping when the loud heavies are passing by. So at the moment, de-icing is in progress because the temperature is below zero. It doesn't feel that way at all. The sun is shining and there's no wind. And that's why the runway change also got effectuated. Like 1 knot of wind or something. So it can go either way. It's lovely for us to be out here, but it is shitty in terms of predictability of runway use. It does mean that everything taking off from this runway we can see over here in advance, because they first need to go to the de-icing, which is north of the runway. So everything coming, the pipeline is basically visualized already over here. The airplane that you see on the left is a 737 to Glasgow, coming this way. I saw your message, Wolfgang. Work can sometimes get in the way, can't be helped. Happy to see that you're back. Good morning to all others who have joined in the meantime. So yeah, it's been forever. Like, I don't even remember when I was here for the last time filming departures. So yeah. Although I was hoping for arrivals, I'm not too bummed out by this departures. This should be KLM flight 1031 to Persenchester. almost 2.5 years of filming airplanes like this. Even though I haven't filmed from this position in a long time, hasn't made me rusty, luckily. Arjan, goedemorgen. Japanese characters, good morning. Eddie, good morning. Tom Aviation, good morning. This is the Kaagbaan, runway 24 for departures today. And in the back, we can see airplanes that are making their way over. Already lining up over there. I think that is KLM flight 1087. Embraer 175 to Cardiff. En geluid is goed, Arjan says. Excellent. Well, what I'm mostly concerned about is when loud A330s are passing by. Those are way louder than the rest, and you might hear some clipping then. Let me know. Michael, goedemorgen. Good morning to all others who have joined. Ray, good morning. Avery John, Danny, Daniel. So, this is an Embraer 175 KLM flight 1087 to Cardiff. 7-year-old airplane. First flight February 2017. Oh. That was my phone and my collar. Phone got stuck for a moment behind the collar of my parka. Right, so takes a little getting used to again. This should be KLM flight 937 to Glasgow. 737-800. 5-year-old airplane, the PHBCK. And you're right, Maria, the planes really stand out, great colors. That's because the sun is illuminating from behind us. So we are in between the airplanes and the sun. That is why in the mornings Kaagbaan is so beautiful. Lucky to have been able to find a spot. I already announced the stream from home when I wasn't sure yet if I was going to find a parking spot. But luckily I did. Think there is an Air France to Paris taxiing over there somewhere. At least that's what Flight Radar says. No, wait. Yeah, no. Let's see what else is in the vicinity. There's a 777-200 to Newark, United Airlines flight 71. If you look on Flight Radar and you look north of the highway and west of the main terminal building, you can see that's where the de-icing is. United Airlines flight 71 in the vicinity. Then also a massive big thank you to Big John, who just became our latest Aurora Sky Lounge member. Took me a little while to find the message because the chat moves quickly. Hope you're going to like it in the lounge, Big John. Thank you for your support. The custom emojis you now have at your disposal. Use them however you see fit. While we're waiting for the next airplane, let's also have a look at what is going on over here. We are still in view of the north side of the cargo apron. Where we have a China Southern Cargo 777 and an Emirates 777. Interestingly, there's also a KLM 777 parked over there on the north side. Standing a little bit further back so you can see the airplanes a bit better. The mount that normally is in the way is only a little bit in the way. Departures take place from runway 18 left as well. Here you can see one of the airplanes taking off. What's there to say? The sun is out. No clouds to be seen here. Lovely weather. And we have a 737 on its way to Aberdeen. KLM flight 913. Someone was asking about what the original plan was. Well, I was originally stood up. The plan was to stand 100 meters or what is it further over there and film arrivals, because that was what's taking place and what was my expectation for the day. So it's not a drastic change of plan, but a little. Now, lest I forget, Malky, mate, thank you so much for your early generosity. I see you gifted 5 memberships just now. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Much appreciated. I hope everybody who received a membership from you just now will thank you for it. And will enjoy the custom emojis that they now have access to for a month. Malky, thank you so much, mate. And over here we have Russell the Crow. See that Michael is back in the chat, Matt as well. Evan also, top of the morning, sir. And updates about the garden. Well, there's a little birdhouse and a little platform on which we have bird feed. So I switched up the old tile backyard, made a patch of grass in it. And now for the winter months we have a little birdhouse in it and a second table, a plate where birds can enjoy some seeds and some fatty foods. This is KLM flight 661 to Houston, Texas. A330-300, first of the heavies. I hope you guys didn't hear any interference in the audio. It's these type of airplanes that are the loudest and that I fear might clip. But I had the ambient set a little lower than I would have for arrival, so hopefully all is still well. United 777-200 to Newark, it is coming. Also positioning the camera a little bit to the front because, yeah, I can still see there's a little tendency of the camera tilting backwards when I let go of it. That's undesirable. Don't know why that is, because normally it is balanced and now all of a sudden it doesn't seem to be. Almost. It's reduced already significantly. Next, heavy hitter coming in. A little bit of clipping. Well, I can throttle it down ever so slightly. This is KLM flight 601 at LAX 787-10 Dreamliner. Beautiful blue skies. I love it. I'm not even wearing my heated gloves because it is so much warmer subjectively than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was warmer, but we had a severe wind chill. Now not so much. Absolutely lovely. The type of weather I enjoy the most. This is proper winter weather. See that Marco just became our latest Aurora Sky Lounge member. Thank you so much for choosing the lounge to hang out in, Marco. You have the custom emojis at your disposal now for a month. Use them whenever you see fit. Spamming is not allowed, but you can use custom emojis to your heart's desire. Everybody who is a member should use them however, whenever you see fit. Don't be afraid to spam us. Now, in the meantime, more airplanes lined up. Next airplane to take off is the Coast Guard. It is the Dash 8-100 from the Coast Guard on patrol. Now, which one is this? Aer Lingus? Looks like on flight radar I have lost the label, but it is Aer Lingus. Yeah, I was hoping I could maybe continue filming the main gear boxes, but bad idea. Still noticed that the camera was, when I let go, moving ever so slightly. Have I changed the... So weird. Alright. Don't know what is up. Normally my prior setting would balance perfectly, but now I needed to move the camera a little bit forward in my tripod. Now it is perfectly balanced and isn't tilting up when I let go of the tripod. That's good. Is this KLM in the SkyTeam livery? It looks like it. The 737-900. I'm losing labels as they're taking off. Flight radar glitch. It does look like the 777 from United will be next. And doesn't it shine beautifully in the sunshine? Absolutely beautiful, wonderful. Good morning everybody who has joined in the meantime. Welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. This is runway 24 for departures the Kaagbaan. Originally, I was hoping for arrivals on 06. Didn't change runway, but the runway use got changed. We're filming departures right now. Coming this way is United Airlines Flight 71 to Newark. That is a 777-200 23 years old already, first flight December 2001. Howdy Richard, goedemorgen. And welcome to all others who have joined us in the meantime. Ooh, contrail in the background. Or is it? Yeah, no, that's... No, contrail. Yeah, contrail. I was about to say contrail remnant, but... Looks like a Max 8 from TUI is lined up, ready to go to KAJ. And that is Kajani. Right, another place I never heard of. Kajani. Is that Finland? Who knows where Kajani is? Howdy Paul, goedemorgen. Koud trotseren, not so much. It is cold on paper, but it actually is way warmer than it was yesterday. There's no wind whatsoever. Well, hardly. And the sun is out, so it is infinitely warmer than it was yesterday. Ah, yes, Finland. Thank you, Niels. So I'm still filming here with my regular fingerless gloves on. Don't even have to bring out the heated gloves yet. Lovely weather. As far as I'm concerned, it can stay this weather all winter until it becomes summer. This is perfect weather. On the move now is the TUI Max 8 to Finland, Kajani. Belgium registered OOTMA. Too much information. 6 years old, first flight March 2018. Looks like an Air France no wait. That was on flight radar all along. The Air France Bombardier C series, the A220. Air Baltic is coming. Should be good. OOTMA. (737) to Copenhagen now lined up. KLM flight 1269. Red Wine Express to Bordeaux. E2 Embraer also coming this way. Everything that you are going to see take off from the Kaagbaan should also first come from over there, because de-icing is still in progress, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So if you look on flight radar, you can also see the pipeline. There is a Dreamliner which will be going to Bogota, coming this way. KLM flight 601. No, that was... That is still in the de-icing. Hey, Lise, morgen. Another itty-bitty contrail over there. High pressure indeed, and only very small contrails this morning. Mr. Hilton, good morning sir. Agent T79, guten Morgen. Job, goedemorgen. Seal the deal, good morning. Welcome one and all, you're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy, this is Kaagbaan, runway 24, used for departures. It's been like forever ago since we last filmed departures over here. And I have to say, I like it. This is an EasyJet to Persenchester, flight 22162. Up, up and away. If you are enjoying the stream so far and you haven't already, consider leaving a like. It really helps to bring in more awesome people like yourselves who are into streams such as these, but who haven't come across AMS Live yet, but who would also like to join our wonderful community. Next line up, is that Air Baltic to Riga? I think it is. Hey there, Cat. Wow, good morning. Pierre, good morning. Alan, what up, mate? Good to see ya. Thanks for the kind words, mate. Hope all is well with you and with everybody. Happy Friday to you all. Initially, I was standing a little bit further to the left of me, to the end of the dike I'm standing on, to film arrivals, which were in progress back then. And then as I was setting up, the runway use got changed. I expected runway use for the upcoming hours is going to be the way it is right now. Departures to the south and southwest. In other words, runway 24. And as you can see in the background, 18 left, used for departures. Polderbaan and center runway being used for arrivals. Air Baltic to Riga, flight 618. Coming this way. Ooh, Qatar 777, which will be going to Doha, pushed back. Right now, A330 to Miami, lined up over there, coming this way. And in the meantime, a massive big thank you to Mark, Mr. Hilton, just now gifting 5 memberships. I hope that everybody who received a gifted membership from you just now will thank you for it. Mark, thank you so much for your generosity. Welcome to the Aurora Skyline's new members. Hope you will enjoy it in the lounge. Don't forget to say thank you to Mark. KLM flight 627 to Miami, Florida. Coming this way, A330-300. It's fake. The airplane isn't real, it's the PHAKE. Alpha Kilo Echo, fake. 12-year-old airplane, first flight January 2013. Oh! Motherfucker. Had my tilt axis locked because I was going to the laptop to highlight Mark's gifted membership message. I forgot to unlock it. Right. Let's see. KLM 777 to Willemstad, Curaçao at the de-icing at the moment. And we have a baby 777 in the form of an E2 Embraer 195. Wolfgang says sound setting could be let at that level. Absolutely perfect. I will leave it as it is and I will have a look at it. So that is like a millimeter lower than the setting I normally would have had it on. Thanks for the feedback, Wolfgang. If all is well, these should have been the loudest airplanes. Maybe a 777-200 comes close, but usually A330s are the loudest, so if the sound doesn't clip when they pass by, we should be good. E2 Embraer 195, and we have the Dreamliner 7879 to Bogota after this. Aeromo, good morning, good to see you, mate. Everybody keeps saying it is shitty weather. On paper it is, but the sun is shining and there's zero wind, so it is infinitely warmer than it was yesterday when the ambient temperature on paper was higher than it was today, but it was also severe wind chill. Lovely weather here today, still filming here with my regular gloves, fingerless gloves on, not even my heated gloves are necessary. Absolutely lovely weather. KLM flight 741 to Bogota is lined up over there. Bogota is in Colombia and Colombia is next to she's coming this way. 7879 to Dreamliner. The PH-BHP. 6 years old, first flight August 2018. Hadi Gerrit, goedemorgen. Hadi Bas. JB, good morning. And good morning to all others who have joined us in the meantime. Tina, good morning. Happy Valentine's to you and to all. Right. Qatar 777 to Doha probably has been assigned to 18 left, right? Since it is also still open for outbound traffic. That's a pity. It's the one in the background getting away from us. Oh yeah, happy Valentine's, Lisa. Well, we have other things to celebrate. Hey Lucas, good morning. KLM flight 1199 to Oslo, lined up over there. 737-700. The PH-BGI, 15 years old, first flight January 2010. She's on the move. And what is that behind it? Another 737 lining up. Is that to Manchester? It looks like it. Oh, pardon. Personchester. How dare I? Beautiful weather over here, as you guys can see. For those of you joining us later, good morning. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. This is runway 24, aka the Kaagbaan, used for departures today. Although initially it looked like it was going to be used for arrivals. ATC changing their minds. It happened when I was already setting up a bit further forward, which is, in my opinion, the most optimal location for filming arrivals. For filming departures, it is better to be a bit further back. Had to relocate, hence a bit of a later start, but there you go. More 737s from KLM. Looks like a TUI relocation flight, a MAX 8 to Groningen. Meanwhile, over there, Emirates is still being loaded. That's going in. China Southern unloaded. Looks like the elevator is... No, wait. That was premature. I thought it was going to lower, but it's a bit difficult to see. Not a lot of time to wait. TUI is coming this way. That's a MAX 8 to Groningen relocation flight. And Marissa is informing us that a Saudia 747 is soon expected to cross the runway because it just arrived. Looks like the next airplane is going to give you the cramps if you are gluten intolerant. So look away if you are. This is an EasyJet A319 flight 22512 on its way to, you guessed it, London Luton. Wolfgang asked if I ever filmed takeoffs right from the front with zero offset from the center line, and the answer is no. You could do it from the Polderbaan, and if you have a ladder or something, I think there's a fence here. For the Kaagbaan you can also get in that field of view, but I think there's a fence in the way. I'm not exactly sure if you are able to film in between the fence or if you have to use a ladder then. Marissa already referred to it earlier. And here she is, Saudia Cargo. In the meantime, a KLM 737 to Billund is coming, and the airplane that you see in the background is the 777-300 to Willemstad, Curaçao. Hadi Adrie, goedemorgen. 737 is traversing the runway. In the meantime, in the background, we have an Air Baltic A220 to Billund. Gives us a quick overview of the meter. Let's see what has changed. The wind is now more or less from the east-southeast. Wind speed has increased to 4 knots. Otherwise, KV okay, and 2 degrees C is the temperature. Quick update of the ticker with the latest meter. KV okay. As you can see, ceiling and visibility are okay. That concerns the lower 5,000 feet around the airport. Good morning, John, Dutch Canadian, also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. And welcome to all others who have joined us in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We are standing here at the Kaagbaan, runway 24, being used for departures. Air Baltic coming, Ballin and Tallinn, A220, flight 858. Couple of heavy hitters will be next shortly. 777-300 to Curaçao, 787-10 to LAX. First, the A220 from Air Baltic to Tallinn. This is KLM flight 735 that we're looking at. I'm not sure if that's going to be the very next airplane or if BA flight 429 to London Heathrow is going to be the next. In the background you can see that runway 18 left is also being used. For departures. Flight radar tells me that there should be an A321neo from BA somewhere over there. I'm not seeing it, maybe the boxes are in the way. The only thing I'm seeing is the KLM 777-300, which looks like it is lining up. KLM flight 735 over there. We can enhance it a little bit with digital zoom. 777-300 to Willemstad, Curaçao. It's the PHBVU. Bravo Victor, uniform. 7-year-old airplane, first flight September 2017. Soon thereafter, KLM flight 601 to LAX, which is a 787-10 Dreamliner. Showtime. It does look like the Dreamliner to LAX is going to be the next airplane. Not sure where that airplane to London Heathrow is, but A321. Thanks for the feedback, Hans Worst. Sound of 777 is also okay, as long as it doesn't clip. That's what I was most afraid of. That because of the loud volume of the wide bodies, you might hear some clipping when those pass by. This is KLM Flight 601 to LAX 78710 Dreamliner. 5-year-old airplane, the PHBKG. First flight January 2020. No clipping, perfect. Thanks Hans Wurst and Wolfgang for your feedback. I've got a mental note of the setting just below the notch I normally have it on. Millimeter makes all the difference. Volume setting on the camera is very sensitive in that respect. KLM Flight 925 to Edinburgh is lining up. That's the 737-900. 20 years old, first flight April 2004, the PHBXT. That's Bravo X-Ray Tango. Triple 7-200 Taquido is also coming. And thank you for your kind words, Dutch Aviation NL. Hope everybody is enjoying the streams, particularly this one. If you are and you haven't already, consider leaving a like. It really helps to promote the channel and its content to new people like yourselves who are into streams such as these but who haven't come across the channel yet. Right, we have a KLM wide body to Quito and a wide body to Portland that are soon going to take off from the runway over here. Looks like there is an A321neo to London Heathrow now finally going. I guess it was behind the boxes all along. BA Flight 429, no time to waste, already making haste and coming this way. It's a 1-year-old airplane, first flight October 2023. Already airborne as well. Bill J also back. Good to see you, mate. Hope all is well. This is indeed the end of the Kaagbaan, runway 24, used for departures. Initially it was looking like it was going to be arrivals. But then as I had arrived here, I was standing a bit further on the end of the dike where I normally would be standing for the arrivals. They changed the runway use and I packed my stuff, walked back a little bit because from here you have a better angle to film the narrow bodies in particular, which are already airborne and sometimes quite high already when they pass by over here. Indeed, Pierre, very colorful with the sun behind us. The lighting today here is perfect. We have the sun over there and we are right in between it and the airplanes. And there's not a cloud in the sky. Makes for very beautiful contrast. This is KLM Flight 1005, another 737 from KLM going to London Heathrow, and after that it looks like KLM Flight 755 to Quito. Let's quickly turn back. Here's our next airplane, KLM Flight 755, going to Quito. We all know where that is. Is it working? Is my sound effect working? Didn't hear it. Now I see that Captain Jerry is also back and he came in with a bang. If my chat is working. Ah, there it is. Mate, thank you so much for your super chat. Is this a departure from arrivals? Boy said Dyke. Yeah. Mate, thank you so much for your generosity and also for the banter. What a departure. Right. KLM Flight 755, 777-200. Let's listen. Next up will be KLM Flight 615 to Portland, Oregon. Going to Jerry. And it's not even a Delta A330. But a KLM Dreamliner 7879 KLM Flight 615. The PHBHC, 9 years old, first flight October 2015. Definitely some explosives being set off further towards where the airplanes are. Hard to see if that is over here or further up where runway 18 left is. See that Shamara is also back. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Silkenator. Dirk on tour, good morning. Good morning to all others. Jure, Aeromo, Prasanna. Hope I didn't forget anybody. We have another Chinese triple arriving here at Cargo Central, making the grand total on this side of the runway a whopping 3. Join the cargo. MO also in the chat, good morning. Now, let's see, we have an A321neo from KLM to Stockholm. And Marissa asks if I can film the Singapore. Well, let me know when it is lined up and is ready to go. I don't know what its time of departure is, and I'm not able to keep everything here happening on the platform in check. I am mostly focused on what is happening here at the Kaagbaan, but if you guys give me a heads up, I'm sure we should be able to film it. Let's see. In the meantime, the chat is frozen. Okay, I think I've got the chat back. Long messages, I always have to scroll. When I scroll, my chat usually freezes on my phone. Right, we're waiting for next traffic to the Kaagbaan. Not sure which one is going to be the next airplane to take off here. There are a couple of outbound airplanes that have the potential to take off from this runway, including Delta Airlines Flight 161 to Minneapolis. They're still at the gate, it seems like. In the meantime, China Southern Cargo is being loaded, as is the Emirates 777. Right, Delta to Detroit is taxiing and confirmed for 2-4, Mercer says. Howdy Diane, goedemorgen. Hey Rick, goedemorgen kerel. Good to see you, mate. So, we're waiting for the next traffic. Not exactly sure which airplane is going to be next. Looking in the distance, here we have an airplane that appears not to show on flight radar. Here a 737 that I'm also not seeing. Bird control is patrolling. Over there, K3. Hey Kenny, good to see you, mate. Alright, it seems that an Embraer 190 with, according to flight radar, no call sign is lining up. There it is. Not exactly sure where it is going to go to. It is coming this way. Oh wait, now it does say on flight radar KLM flight 1075 to Bristol. There you go. Never really noticed that there is such a stripe, for lack of a better description, under the underside of those Embraers. Right, Singapore to line up on 18 left. We should be able to pick it up then in the background at some point not too long from now. Thanks for the heads up, Marissa. Lining up, out of sight, on the left. Singapore Airlines flight 323 to Singapore. A350, 5 years old, first flight August 2019. Tailhook, indeed, Daniel. Another KLM 737 over here. We're waiting for Singapore Airlines flight 323. The A350, which will be going to Singapore, taking off from 18 left as we speak, should become apparent from the left, from behind the terminal building, pretty soon. It is on the move. There it is. Air Icarus flying near to the sun, hopefully not too close. It should be alright. Beautiful bird indeed. That is Jurre's friend underway to Singapore. Meanwhile, over here we have EasyJet to Bristol. EasyJet flight 22922. 12-year-old airplane, first flight July 2012. Hey, no problem, Jurre. Thanks for letting us know well in advance, and thank you, Marissa, for the heads up. EasyJet to Bristol. Coming this way. Alrighty. Now Wolfgang says Bristol, if you say it in German it sounds like engine oil. Is that so? Bristol? Bristol. Think this is our next airplane. Little SAS A320neo to Copenhagen. Hey, it's me. Mike says that the TUI already arrived at Ilde Airport. The one we saw not too long ago take off here. Yeah, that's how quickly time flies. No, that's how small the Netherlands is and how quick these airplanes fly. Hadi Joko, goedemorgen. And good morning to all others who have joined in the meantime. You're watching MS Live. My name is Boy. This is runway 24. Together with 18 left being used for departures. In the background we saw Air Baltic take off to Vilnius. Ah, Bristol is an oil brand. Didn't know that. Hadi Gertin, goedemorgen. Good morning. Bob also back. Good to see ya. Danny, goedemorgen. Right, let's see. American Airlines flight 204 to Philadelphia seems to be on the move. Delta Airlines flight 133, which will be going to Detroit, is also at the de-icing. And there is also a 787-10 to Kilimanjaro. I wonder if that is going to take off from 18 left or 24. If you look on EHAM-CDM, you will probably see it already. Alrighty, this is SAS flight 552 to Copenhagen. It is an A320neo, the I6. That's EISIX. 2-year-old airplane, first flight February 2023. Now initially I was hoping for arrivals and I did my homework assuming we were going to have an arrivals stream. So I haven't checked the departures, unfortunately. I don't know if we are going to see any 747s today outbound to something to the west. Did anybody happen to have a look at the departures list and see anything interesting that we might catch a glimpse of later in the stream? So, China Southern Cargo, the hatches are closed. Same thing with the Emirates. I'm thinking these two will probably be pushed back pretty soon for their departure then. China Cargo at the moment. Jerry still has trouble finding inlet oil for his Tesla. Right, American Airlines flight 204 seems to be on the move. think KLM flight 791 is coming this way, and United Airlines flight 21 is too. That's a 777-300 to Sao Paulo, and like Vervoer in Europa mentioned, a 767-300 to Houston. Hey, is that also Delta Airlines flight 49 coming this way? A330neo. China Cargo unloading rice. Jerry wonders, could be. The Netherlands is known to be a great consumer of rice. Almost Orange Pride time, Marissa says. Oh wait, it is the Orange Pride that is the one going to Sao Paulo. Beautiful. Let's have a look at it. Orange Pride is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Members, dust off your orange custom emoji. Make the chat orange. It is the PHBVA to Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo in Brazil, which is in Latin America, the same continent where you also have... It's not working. It's not working. What? Why is it not working? I am able to get the picture in. Right. There we go. Now, in the meantime, Orange Pride will have to wait. Cathay Pacific Cargo first has to traverse the runway. Ladies first. Talking about a nice combo shot there. Meanwhile, BizJet just took off over here. Is that Max? Don't think it is, but it could have been. Right, KLM flight 791 to Sao Paulo. Next, 777-300. We all know this one as the Orange Pride, the PHBVA. By now 17 years old already. The first flight of this airplane was in January 2008. Got a triplet of wide bodies, including this one. United Airlines flight 21, a 767. Paul also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Perfect timing. Queen traversing and the Orange Pride at the threshold, ready to go. For those of you joining us just now, welcome to the show. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. This is runway 24, the Kaarbaan, not the Polderbaan, but the Kaarbaan. Where initially I was hoping to film arrivals, but it turned out to become departures. Hardly any wind, and we became a victim from runway roulette. Still, could be worse. Beautiful sunny weather and beautiful illumination here of the Orange Pride taking off. Pretty sure that somewhere in this departure we had a thumbnail. Can't linger too long. United Airlines Flight 21 behind us, lining up, ready to go to Houston. And that's a 767-300. Here it is, United Airlines Flight 21, going to Houston, Texas. On a roll already, 767-300, 32 years old, the November 655, uniform Alpha. First flight of this airplane was in November 1992. I still had 2 years in elementary school to go before going to middle school. What were you doing back then? 1992. I was 10 years old. Bill J says, I love this location for 2-4 departures. Lots of heavies. Well, they are starting to come now. We've seen quite a few narrow bodies. I would say we've seen mostly narrow bodies still, but definitely the American exodus has begun. So if all is well, we should start seeing quite a few more wide bodies in the next upcoming hours. Usually around the end of the local morning is when the outbounds rush hour to the Americas begins. Another one example of that lined up over here. This is an A330neo, Delta Airlines Flight 49 to New York JFK. November 412 Delta X-Ray. 3 years old. First flight January 2022. Shani says, 1992 when men were from steel and the airplanes from wood. Dutch Aviation working on Schiphol then. First year I was racing hammock on the highways of Europe. Nice. Gerrit made his first shots with a camcorder. Alan was a piss off people apprentice. More Delta's coming soon. Hadi Tina. Goedemorgen. And good morning to all others. Hans, goedemorgen. Navy Jack, good morning. Welcome one and all. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. This is runway 24, aka the Kaagbaan. Is that ITA or is that JetBlue? I think it is ITA. Is it ITA outbound? Is it outbound to us? Delta Airlines Flight 133 to Detroit by the looks of it. E2 Embraer 195 to Bologna. KLM Flight 1663, the next airplane to come this way and take off. 2-year-old airplane, first flight February 2022. This airplane turned 2 this month. Congratulations. already rotating quite early. That's exactly why you need to stand a bit further back if you are filming departures from this runway compared with arrivals. An airplane like this will pass quite high in the sky already. On its way to Bologna. Howdy Frans, goedemorgen. Good morning to all others. Remco, Ita says Ita inbound. That is a pity. That is a pity. It would have been fun if it would have been outbound. Then again, we are going to see Air Europa pop pretty soon. 7878 Dreamliner to Madrid. And after that, probably Delta Airlines Flight 133 to Detroit. This is an A320neo already airborne. EasyJet Flight 27849 to Birmingham. A320 Neorio. Here's our next airplane, going to Madrid, Air Europa Flight 1098. It's a 7878 Dreamliner, 10 years old already. First flight February 2014, so it should turn 11 this month. Now, question is, are we going to see any 747s outbound from runway 24 in the remainder of the stream? I'm hoping we will, but I haven't checked beforehand because initially I was expecting a stream of arrivals. For those of you joining us later, initially this runway was used in the early morning for arrivals and it looked like it was going to stay that way for the entire day. Then as I was arriving here, things changed. Now the runway will be used for departures all throughout the day. Air Europa on the move, coming this way, going to Madrid. 7878 Dreamliner. Looks like we are going to see a couple of consecutive wide bodies with Delta in the background going to Detroit. And also a KLM to Kilimanjaro. The wings are rising, and as it is rotating and more pressure gets applied, it is also curving. Beautiful. Next, another test for clipping. Delta A330 will be next, taking off to Detroit, Michigan. Delta Airlines Flight 133 already over there, lining up on the threshold of runway 24. If you are enjoying the stream and you haven't already, consider leaving a like. It really helps to promote the channel and this content to new people like yourselves who are into streams such as these, but who haven't come across the awesome community of AMS Live yet. Delta Airlines Flight 133, November 805 November Whiskey is the registration of the airplane, now looking us in the face from a distance. Lights are going on. The airplane we are now looking at is 21 years old. First flight was in October 2003. Stranger, what up mate? Good to see ya. And the 787-10 to Kilimanjaro in the background, KLM flight 567. That would be BA flight 431. Slowest retracting landing gear in the game. It is already on the move. KLM flight 567 to Kilimanjaro. That is a 787-10 Dreamliner, a year old, first flight May 2023. And it is 11:25 already, means that this is the only runway for outbound traffic until 11:40 approximately. A little bit of wing fluff. Current status quo, otherwise over here beautifully sunny. Few clouds over there. Not sure what their altitude is. It's probably no longer Cavo Cape because of those clouds. More deltas coming this way. TUI also visible, and there is the Dreamliner KLM 100 years. Anyway, goedemorgen Rodney, good morning. Good morning all others who have joined. Christian, guten Morgen, tuning in from Essen. This is BA flight 431 to London Heathrow. Quite a few narrow bodies have congregated around the northern, is it the northern threshold? I think it is. For those of you joining us just now, welcome to the show. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. This is runway 24, also colloquially known as the Kaagbaan. Originally, I was hoping for a day of arrivals. The runway was in use for arrivals early in the morning, and then when I arrived on the scene, things changed to departures. Now it's been forever since I last filmed departures from over here. I don't know why that is, because I like it thus far. Great views, great lighting. BA to London Heathrow. Over here around Schiphol Airport, everything is very sunny. Just a few clouds at Schiphol Airport itself. The sun is out, looking to the east and to the south, the west. More to the north, a few clouds. The next airplane is already coming. It looks like it is Ryanair Max 8 to Malaga. And that's KLM 100 years, 787-10 to Bangalore. In the background. Kun asks, anything special today? The answer is I don't know. Like I said just now, I was preparing for an arrival stream. Then I had to last minute relocate and change the thumbnail and the title of the stream to departures. So you guys tell me if something interesting is coming up. I have absolutely no idea if we are going to see any 747s outbound. And if they are outbound, if they are going to take runway 24 or 18 left. Had we been able to film arrivals like the original plan would have been, we would have seen 2 747s and the A380. Maybe Max's new plane. Yeah, I am looking around and keeping my eyes open, Rick. Otherwise, not paying that much attention to biz jets, but you never know. This is KLM flight 879 to Bangalore. It's the KLM 100 years, 787-10, 5 years old, PHBKA, a livery 5 years outdated. A little bit of wing fluff. So there is more humidity in the air than meets the eye. Next up, a TUI Dreamliner to Bonaire. The B in the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, flight 393. There it is already. That is a 7878 Dreamliner. Belgian registered, it's the OOJDL. Oh. The airplane is 11 years old. And the first flight of this airplane was in November 2013. If you're thinking, why is the picture a bit pixelated? I'm using some additional digital zoom over optical zoom to bring the airplanes that are relatively far away over there a bit closer by. Looks like we are going to see the second 767 from United of the stream. One to Washington is underway. We already saw one earlier. Old school engine vibes, pretty soon. Discover your smile with TUI. Marissa, apparently the only one who has found the custom emoji. Rick Meester says, aren't those islands in the Gulf of the Netherlands? I think they are. The infamous Gulf of the Netherlands, where Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, but also St. Martin and other islands lie off the coast of Venezuela. In Latin America, where you can also find a country called... God damn it. I don't know what is up. My sound effects don't seem to be working the way they normally should. Caribbean, the Gulf of Holland. From now on, it has been decided. Indeed, the country called God damn it. Mother effer. Hey, are we also going to see ITA Airways Flight 120? Bombardier C Series 100. We have Bulgaria and Bombardier C Series 300, A220, coming this way. On its way to Sofia. So gradually zooming out, still in digital zoom range. Still digital zoom. Now we're getting back into the optical zoom. Now we're back in digital zoom. Particularly with those small airplanes, and when the airplanes are still at the beginning of the runway, you need quite a bit of digital zoom to get things in picture a bit better. Coming this way is SAS flight 822 going to Oslo. That's an A320neo, and we have several wide bodies coming next. To begin with Delta Airlines flight 161. You're right, Rick. From now on we will call New York New Amsterdam again. We just claim our territory. Claim what's rightfully ours. Yeehaw! Scandinavian. Sassy. Now it is time for a couple of consecutive wide bodies, folks. Oh no, wait, I was wrong. There is another 737 that I am not seeing on flight radar. Bob has to sign off. See you later, mate. Thanks for joining. Sleep well. Indeed, Raycon. Chase Brooklyn back to New Breukelen. Back to the way they used to be. That's the little bumper for guarding against tail strikes. Boop the bumper. Right, the wide body exodus for now has begun. Delta Airlines flight 161 going to Minneapolis, Minnesota. A330-300, 8 years old, first flight May 2016. Hopefully no clipping was heard during the passage of this airplane when it passed by right next to me. Now it is time for United flight 947 going to Washington. The second 767-300 of the show. This one also 32 years old. November 654 Uniform Alpha. First flight October 1992. All great, thanks Wolfgang. Hey, Donald and Daisy. Donald and Daisy, headshot. Ooh. Awesome. No clipping. Hansworst also says, excellent, I know what setting to use then. Thank you guys. Howdy Niels, goedemorgen. And welcome to the show, all others as well. thought I saw somebody asking in the chat what camera I'm using. I'm using a Canon XA60. If you guys are enjoying the stream and you haven't already, consider leaving a like. It really helps to bring in new awesome people like yourselves. Folks who haven't come across the channel yet, but who would also be interested in joining our communities. This is KLM Flight 757 to Panama City, a 787-10 Dreamliner, 4 years old, PHBKH, first flight May 2020. This would be the second 767 Lise, second of the show. NJ has to go. Thanks for joining, mate. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Now, back to the narrow bodies it is for the time being. Next up is going to be a TUI 737-800 to London Gatwick. 9-year-old airplane, British registered with GTAW. GTAWW. First flight April 2015, making it 19 years old. Now, and may I also congratulate Paul, aka Yorkshire Biker, for 22 months of membership. Mate, closing in on 2 years you are. Thank you so much for everything you have been doing as a moderator ever since you've become one to support the channel, mate. Not only as a member but also as a moderator. Unsurpassed. I can't thank you enough, Paul. Thank you so much for all the support all throughout the months. Almost 2 years already. My God. And you were a mod already before that, weren't you? I think you and Rick, one of the earliest mods. Mate, thank you so much for everything and all the support. Hope you still like being a mod. Hope you still like being a member. If either of the two is no longer to your liking, hit me up. Let me see what we can do to fix it. That one. That one really in the zenith. Next up is going to be BA City Flyer, going to London City. I'm so thrilled to hear that, Paul. Thank you so much for everything once again. Our next airplane to London City is coming. And we can see that the Amsterdam is also open again. BA City Flyer Embraer 190 to London City. And what's that? Is that an A330 in the background that we saw? I think it was. Delta Airlines to Boston, Massachusetts. An A330neo. Happy New Year. That's K2 over there. Finnair A320 to bloody Helsinki will be taking off next here. Was it just the one bang? I think it might have been. Yeah, he seems to have calmed down. Finnair today, not in the A350, but a regular ass A320. Finnair flight 1302 to bloody Helsinki. Hey, China Airlines A350 lining up on 18 left. Thanks for the heads up, Marissa. Over here we have Delta Airlines going to Boston, Massachusetts. That is flight 243. Let me see if I have a quick moment to go to the computer, highlight GE's message and thank him for his generous super chat there. Fantastic views, love the intensity and the sounds and intensity of jet engines. Hello from Ridgeway, Pennsylvania, snowing and cold. Go Philadelphia Eagles. Sir, thank you so much for your kind words and for your generous donation there. I'm glad to hear that you are enjoying the channel and the content. I hope everybody is. Don't forget to leave a like if you are enjoying the content and haven't dropped a like already. It really helps to bring in new folks. Awesome people like yourselves who are into streams such as these, but who haven't come across AMS Live yet. We're still a relatively small channel, and YouTube is very big. This is Delta Airlines flight 243, A330 Neo to Boston, Massachusetts. Well, let's see if we can also catch that A350 then. I think it is over there. It's the grumpy looking A350 from China. Well, Taiwan. Which, depending on who you ask, is considered to be part of China by some. Right. Now, let's see. Where's the next airplane to runway 24? Don't see it yet. In the meantime, let's have a look at the cargo platform, see what's going on over there. We can see that the Emirates and China Southern triples are still where they were before, even though the hatches have been closed. No sign of them leaving yet. China Cargo, are they loading it or unloading it? I see an ITA Airways on flight radar to Milan, but doesn't seem to be moving. Seems to have been there for a while already. JetBlue A321, same thing. Looks like they're no longer de-icing. Not a lot of outbound planes on flight radar as we speak. Does look like there is a 787 to Mumbai lining up or about to line up on runway 18 left. Followed by the Air Astana A321neo. To Atirau. Ganesh asks, what's that smoke? Good question. Now they are doing a lot of construction over here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was from construction people. Work is being done on this side of the platform area, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe out of view, hidden behind the 777, something is creating smoke related to the work that is being done over here. Hey, guess who's getting pushed back? And you're right, Lisa, construction people do smoke a lot. Yeah, seems to come with the territory. At least here in the Netherlands. Somebody smoking a joint in a nearby coffee shop, Stevo says, could also be the case. Yeah, absolutely. It did look a lot like cannabis smoke. Not able to smell it from over here. But yeah. Realistic opportunity. Realistic possibility, I should say. Howdy boy, goedemorgen. Think that the 787 is now on the roll. Going to Mumbai. Departing from 18 left. Opportuniteiten, indeed. There it is, the 787-10 to Mumbai. Whoa, that's a GE90 starting. Quite clearly audible. Engine number 1. Emirates Sky Cargo. Question is, where is it going to go? Oh, Merce already answered the question I was about to ask. Going to Dubai, so that's an 18 left departure. In the meantime, more airplanes are alive on flight radar and are approaching or lining up on runway 24 as we speak. SAS seems to be the first airplane to take off from the runway, an A320neo to Stockholm. Which we can find over there. SAS flight 556. On its way to Stockholm. Second engine of the GE90, second GE90 engine is starting. SAS is 2 years old, first flight January 2023, and that was the Air Astana A321neo to Atirau in the background. Right. Another A320neo to south end. Lining up in the distance. Meanwhile, both GE90s of the Emirates Sky Cargo are spinning. Flaps still have to be set. Flight controls still have to be checked. Flight controls are checked as we speak. And the flaps are being set. A320neo, EasyJet to south end, spooling up. Also coming this way. Dick has to go. See you later, mate. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope to see you again in real life soon. Which I'm pretty sure we will at some point in the future. Emirates on the move. Unfortunately, to the wrong runway. Remco is referring to a KLM to Sint Maarten. I see it on flight radar as well. Should be the next wide body taking off from runway 24. I think there's at least 2 or 3 more narrow bodies first. In the distance over there, and let's apply a little bit of digital zoom so that you can see something. KLM flight 915 to Aberdeen, and then Embraer 175. 7 years old, first flight January 2018, the PHEXU Echo X-ray uniform. My camera is very sensitive to those heat waves. It looks like it is scorching hot, but it actually isn't. There's ice on the canals here, which I can show you in a bit. But yeah, the sun is shining, a lot of heat wave distortion makes it seem like we're in summer already. Rapid retraction of the gear. Take that, A330. Big picture wise, so this is looking more or less to the west, and it looks beautiful. Looking to the north, cloudiness. Looking to the east, still okay. Looking to the south, everything looks a-okay. We have a few clouds from the north. And we have another airplane coming in. Look away if you are Luton intolerant. This airplane is going to give you the cramps. It is EasyJet flight 22514, an A320. And that is the A330 in the background to Sint Maarten. Here's the KLM to Sint Maarten, flight 787, which is an A330-200. Lining up in a moment, should be taking off pretty soon. See that Sean and Julie are also back, tuning in from Australia. Good to have you both back. Welcome back, hope you've been well and had a good day. Gratje, thank you so much for your generosity. A super chat with the accompanying text. For no particular reason, shut up and take my money. Mate, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, you know that. Very much appreciated, Gratje. Thank you so much for your generosity. Here it is. A330-200. The PHAOD FWAD. FWAD is 18 years old. First flight, April 2006. An actual grown-up now, indeed. Allowed to vote. 18 years old. Allowed to drive. This airplane is old enough to drive a car. To be allowed to drive a car. Now, heat waves or not. And by the way, hello. There's no icing on the cake, but there's ice on the canal. And here we have Emirates Sky Cargo off to Dubai. Hey, Koen also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Ah, looky here, looky here. We have another party pooper who is leaving. Hey, Air China Cargo just popped up on Flight Radar 24. That's interesting. Now, unfortunately, standing a little bit back, the mount is now in the way for the pushback. What? We are able to see what the excavator guy is doing. We're able to have a look at the PHBVI. And one of the engines is starting. In the meantime, let's also have a quick look at the weather. Obviously, we have a bit more cloudiness now. So, really weird. Let's try that again. Yeah, so for some reason. Ah, okay. Interesting. I've been wanting to use that sound effect on several occasions, but for some reason not working consistently today. Doesn't matter. We are standing at runway 24 for departures. Interestingly enough, there is a little bit of wind. Tailwind and crosswind, so yeah, don't know why we aren't seeing arrivals here. It would have made sense with the predicted wind that we were going to see arrivals here today, but ATC shows otherwise. We have few clouds at 1,500 feet. The air temperature is 3 degrees Celsius. China Southern Triple. In the meantime, the engines are starting. They're doing a controls check. And after that, request taxi. The flaps are set. And both China parenthesis Southern cargos will depart from runway 24. That is good news, Marissa. So 2 Chinese cargo airplanes taking off from this runway. Now, in the meantime, it does look like Lufthansa is on the move to Frankfurt. That's probably going to continue its taxi to runway 18 left. And this is exactly why departures are not my favorite. You have long periods of time where you have to wait, relatively long periods of time. Iceland Air has also arrived on the scene. According to flight radar, I'm not seeing the airplane itself yet. Now, there is a quad squad contrail passing west of me, I think. Let's have a look at it. It's moving away from the sun. And if I get my orientation in correctly, this is passing from south to north more or less, but west of me. Now it is a quad squad. However, what type of airplane this is, for me is hard to see. Should become more visible and more apparent the further it moves away from where the sun is in the sky. I'm already starting to see something that resembles a blue tail, so I'm thinking this is Lufthansa. And I'm also seeing wing shapes now. Relatively forward angled wings. This is an A340, if I had to guess. Lufthansa A340. Now whether this is a 600 or 300 or whatever, that I don't know for sure. If I had to guess, I would say 600. But it might also just well be a 400. Ah, 600 to Boston. There you go. There you go. In the meantime, the Chinese triple on its way to the threshold of the runway we are standing next to, so that we can see it in more detail. Coming this way in the air. Is that a fueling truck or what? Cars and trucks. Much closer by. Now it's going to take a little while before that airplane is nearby. In the meantime, something big has taken off from 18 left. That is the Emirates Sky Cargo to Dubai. Hey, Yillard also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Playtime also on the way to runway 24, Marissa says. That's good news. And ITA to Rome, is it coming this way or? Doesn't look like it, does it? Combo shot of something red and something blue. Dennis is tuning in from Haarlem. Good to see you, mate. Welcome back. Welcome one and all. You're watching Amos Live. My name is Boy and we are standing here at the Kaagbaan, runway 24. Initially it was used for inbound traffic, runway 06. That was also the original game plan. Then they changed the runway configuration as I was arriving here. Had to relocate a bit further back from where the runway is, and also change the title and thumbnail of the stream. It's been a while since we last were here for departures. Thus far, not a bad day. It's beautiful weather over here, although it is getting a bit more cloudy now as the day progresses. China Cargo 777 is being unloaded over there. Zooming in a little bit, you can just see, well, no, they're loading it, or are they? Yeah, stuff is going in. It looks like Play is going to be the next airplane to take off from this runway. Play flight 461 to Reykjavik. It's not yet landing up, it is holding short. Now it is continuing its taxi. Let's have a quick look. And there's the Chinese triple that we are also going to see take off from this runway. Over on this side there is a Chinese A330 also underway to the runway this Play is now lining up on. Howdy Ton, goedemiddag. Adriaan, goedemiddag. Good afternoon to all others who have joined us in the meantime. Welcome one and all. Play flight 461 A320neo going to Iceland, Reykjavik. And as you can see in the background, 18 left also open. Play flight 461 A320neo, 1-year-old airplane, first flight March 2023. And indeed, make the chat red. It is playtime, folks. Donna also back, good to see ya. Ita to Rome, getting away from us. Mother fudger. Right, let's not linger too long. The A330 Air China Cargo coming this way to Chengdu in China. This is an A330-200 freighter, 17 years old, first flight September 2007. Susanne Werkse, she has to go back to work again. Hope to see you again in the next one. Absolutely amazing. Gerrit also has to go. Gerrit, thank you for joining so far, and hope you will enjoy the replay later today for the remainder of the stream. Over here we have an Embraer 190 to Bergen. Barry also back in the chat, good to see you, mate. and welcome to all others who have joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live, my name is Boy. We are standing here at the Kaagbaan, being in use for departures runway 24. In a moment, a 777 Chinese freighter. But first we have an Embraer 190 to Bergen, which is lined up over there, KLM flight 1167. After that we are going to see the 777 freighter. That's a white ducky. Hey. A couple of ducks over there as well. There's the Chinese triple to Shanghai, which is probably going to be preceded by KLM flight 903, which is going to go to Inverness in Scotland. That's number 175. Yep. Next up is going to be the Embraer 175 with the 777 behind it. When you guys are referring to the A380 landing, I'm looking to my left, but I'm not seeing a thing. Unfortunately, not able to show you anything. KLM flight 903 to Inverness. Up, up and away. That's the rubber bands I'm using, and you normally don't see when zoomed in, to show you up close and as smoothly as possible the airplanes. Now 747 to Frankfurt, unfortunately taking off from the wrong runway if it is before 1 o'clock, but at least it is something that is expected to take off in, what is it, half an hour from now. This is China Southern Cargo going to Shanghai, 777 freighter. Bravo 2026 is its registration, and the airplane is 9 years old. First flight May 2015. Hallo Robert, goedemiddag. Hey Midvi, good afternoon. Welcome one and all. 777 time, folks. Marissa says, believe it or not, there is another United 767 being pushed back. That's going to be number 3, folks. And you're right, Wolfgang. Fingers crossed, hopefully. 747 gets delayed 15 or so minutes. That would mean we should be able to see it. It's probably parked right there. As long as it's not yet showing on flight radar, we should be good. Let's see, Embraer 175 to Cork over there, KLM flight 1127. And we have an A320 from Lufti to Munich following after that. In the meantime, the ITA Airways Bombardier C-Series 100 just took off from 18 left. Another bastard that gets away. In the meantime, coming this way is KLM flight 1127 to Cork. Shallow climb, that's nice. Not too high already. Howdy Hans, goedemiddag. Nice weather indeed, but a little chilly. It absolutely is. Just thought my hands were getting warm with the heated gloves, so I figured could I go without them, but now my fingertips are absolutely getting chilly again. Going to resort back to using the heated gloves, which luckily don't have to be put on a high setting. But it is still better than getting stiff fingers from the cold. Way better weather than it was yesterday. Way warmer subjectively, even though the air temperature is cooler. Now, we had 3 cargo triples over there. It's just one now, unfortunately. Air Canada flight 809 to Toronto is coming this way. If you look on the platform on the north side, the northeast side, it is coming this way. Hey there, Andrew, who is tuning in from grey but dry Yorkshire. Good to see you again, mate. Also, thank you for the kind words. I'm glad that you are enjoying the departures from runway 24. I hope that everybody is. Consider leaving a like if you are enjoying the stream, but you haven't left a like already. Really helps to get in more awesome folk like you guys are, who are into streams such as these, but who haven't come across AMS Live yet. The channel is still small. There's a lot of new people, potentially new members of the community out there. EasyJet A320 to Gatwick. So if you joined us later, welcome to the show. We haven't seen any 747s take off yet. I'm not sure that we will see them. Yeah, there is one expected to take off to the east. But it is expected to take off in 20 minutes from now. So fingers crossed it is going to be delayed. Otherwise, lovely day here. The wind is blowing from the east, and interestingly, the runway is being used for departures instead of arrivals. Now, there's hardly any wind, luckily, but it is still a bit odd. Hey, good day there, Dylan. Nice and chilly day. Nice and chilly day here, indeed. I think this is Air Canada flight 809. Meanwhile, Air Oinkoink just left the building off to Istanbul. Wondering what the order of departure is going to be, because it looks like this Embraer 190 is going to be first. Yeah. Or is it... Huh? No, wait, that's a different airplane I'm seeing on flight radar, because that was making a turn to the left. This is going the other way around. Not seeing this airplane in the distance on flight radar yet. It does seem to be preceding the Air Canada Dreamliner that has also arrived here on the scene. Okay. Lining up right behind those boxes. Not exactly sure what airplane, or at least what the destination of this airplane is. It is an Embraer 190, that we can clearly see. KLM, oh, quite clearly visible. Other than that, no idea. And goedenavond, Japanese characters. Another rare Embraer over here. Hardly ever do we see these airplanes, so quite a rarity. Russell also says hi. Alright, flight radar says Air Canada is lining up. They're not lining up on the threshold, they're taking the first exit. No, I spoke too soon, apologies. Disregard what I was saying just now. White duck in the sun, in the foreground, just below the airplane. Third 767 from United in today's stream is making its way over to the threshold of 24. Should become visible pretty soon. Air Canada flight 809 to Toronto, lined up over here. It's a 7878 Dreamliner, 10 years old, first flight August 2014. Marissa notices that the A380 isn't going to its regular gate. That's strange. It almost always is parked at Golf 9. Right, you can see the wings gradually creeping up and up and up. And now they're flexing, curvature established. And you can see for the first time since we began streaming, now also some cloudiness between the sun and the airplanes. In the south also. To the north, the cloudiness has become the most severe. It began the earliest in the north of our atmosphere, of our sky as well. Hey Sarah, good to see ya. Reverse ops, yeah, kinda sorta. This runway also is often used for departures, except it's been a while since I was last here filming them. Initially it was looking like we were going to see arrivals. I was already set up over there, a bit further down the dike I'm currently standing on. I'm back a bit further back from the runway line to make sure that we can also see the airplanes taking off properly. Arrived on the scene, arrivals were still in progress, and then the runway change got effectuated, and since then and for the upcoming hours it is expected this runway is going to be used for departures. This is United Airlines flight 908 to Chicago, and that's the third 767-300 of the show. The previous two 767s both were 32 years old and were from 1992. This one is a bit younger, 26 years old. First flight July 1998. Normally I would have been standing where the crows are at, over there at the end of the dike. Now standing a bit further back so that you can see the airplanes properly. Now, flight radar tells me that there is a 777-200 to Lima in Peru and a 737 to Billund. Looks like the 737 to Billund is lining up first. Indeed, these the crows already took my space. Headspace says, you're the only YouTube channel that doesn't piss me off. Just you wait. Sooner or later, I'm in the habit of pissing people off sooner or later. I probably haven't pissed you off yet. Right, so behind the boxes, KLM Flight 1295 to Billund. And this is an A320 in the background, EasyJet to Berlin. Norwegian, which isn't showing on flight radar. So KLM Flight 1295 on the right, 737-700 to Billund, sending our bills to Billund. The PH BGM, 13-year-old airplane, first flight February 2011. Here we go, showtime. Meanwhile, the canals over here are still frozen. Ambient air temperature cooler than it was yesterday, but because there is hardly any wind today compared with yesterday, it feels so much warmer. Also with the sun being out, lovely weather here. Mr. Crow is scavenging. Looking for something to eat. I don't have anything with me, lads. Well, this is not a crow, is it? Crows are bigger. Hey Han, also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Howdy Guus. And all others who have joined. You're watching Amos Live, my name is Boy. Norwegian is coming this way, going to Stockholm by the looks of it. Another 737-800. No grumpy person on the tail by the looks of it. So I'm actually really close by. Waving, chased them away a little bit, but they're still over here looking for something to eat. Haven't brought anything with me. There's another one further out. Now let's have a look. KLM flight 743 to Lima in Peru. Should be over there somewhere. Lining up. And the KLM that I'm not seeing on flight radar is first coming this way. Let's have a look. This is KLM flight 743, number 10 on flight radar. 236 people are tracking this airplane. It's a 777-200 the PHBQE. That's Bravo Quebec Echo. 21 years old. First flight January 2004. Going to Lima in Peru. Peru being next to. Still not working. Let's try that again. Man, what is up today? Absolutely beautiful. Hey Lance, good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Oof, good to see ya. Alrighty. Time for an Embraer 190 to Aalborg. Back to the narrow bodies for the time being. We are still expecting a 747 from Cathay. Where was it going to again? Dubai or something? Expected to depart 1:45. It's not showing on my flight radar just yet, so fingers crossed. If it is leaving after 1, By then, only one runway for departures will be open, and that would be this runway. Peter, good to see ya. Welcome back, mate. Hope all is well. Welcome to all others who have joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy, and this is the Kaagbaan runway 24, used for departures today. Initially arrivals, but that changed later. In fact, it changed right as I was arriving here. Had to relocate a bit further back. Set up again. Oh yeah, Frankfurt. Thanks. 747 Cathay Pacific cargo to Frankfurt, expected to leave in 5 or so minutes from now. German Airways Embraer 190 on its way. Set Cathay Pacific cargo 747 right there in the middle. So we can keep it in view. Plus also we can see it if it appears on flight radar. For now, it's good that we aren't seeing it yet, because that makes the likelihood of us seeing it take off from this runway bigger. Would be a beautiful icing on the cake. Hey, what the F? Another heavy hitter getting away here. Turkish 777-300 bastards. Not Turkish, ATC. As you can see over here, the canal actually frozen. Funny thing is, yesterday Lisa showed me that we are actually on flight radar. No, not on flight radar, but on Google Maps. If you go to Google Maps, you go to the roundabout location where I was filming yesterday, you should be able to see us. It's just a few pixels, but you can see two people in the shade, or at least you could see the shade from two people, and you can also see the shiny reflection of my laptop tent right in the grass field next to the roundabout on the south side of the runway. Polderbaan indeed, Wolfgang. Polderbaan indeed. Nice find there. Right, well, the hatch of the Chinese triple is closing as we speak. And that can only mean one thing: it's not going to stay in the Netherlands for much longer. It is going to go away at some point. Question is, are we going to see it in the remainder of the stream? Malky says A340 to Paramaribo is pinging. That's great news, Malky. That's a very likely candidate for our runway over here. Wolfgang is going to have a look. You need to look at the roundabout of, what's that road called? Let me see, can I see that on flight radar? Don't think it shows the names of the roads, does it? Yeah, Vijfhuizerweg or something, indeed. It's not on the north side next to the cycling path, it's on the south side where I filmed the departures. Hey! Something else is moving here. I'm pushing back the KLM triple, which will reveal FedEx. Didn't even know it was there. A FedEx 737. There you go. I didn't even know we had one here. Yeah, that's the downside of standing here. Unable to see a lot of details of the pushbacks happening over there. Right, well, folks, in 15 or so minutes from now, it is 1 o'clock, and the runway we are standing next to, where nothing is happening at the moment, is going to become the only runway for outbound traffic, so should be good. No comfy chair, Pierre asks. No, normally things are happening and you're not able to sit down. Cheeky bastards. Go away, go away. There you go. My shadow chased them away. I've got a hunch that they'll be back soon though. Now this does look like a crow. Bit bigger. Wonderful to see. What a beautiful creature. Right. A true Russell. Right, Russell is off with his cronies, joining them. Where they're going to remains to be seen. Whether or not the 747 is going to leave in time remains to be seen as well. The 777 is now being towed from one end of the runway to the other. From the south side to the north side. It does look like a 777 from KLM to Nairobi, Kenya is lining up on 18 left. KLM flight 565, so let's hope we can see its departure from a distance in a moment. While we're waiting for things to happen here on the polder run. Wind is starting to pick up a little bit, interestingly. Hey Clemencia, goedemiddag. If you joined us only just now, welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We are standing at the Kaagbaan, runway 24, being used for departures. For the time being, still together with runway 18 left, but it is almost 1 o'clock. But between 1 and 2, one runway for outbound traffic always open. That should be, on paper, this runway, although it remains to be seen. Wolfgang wasn't able to find it. It was both on Earth and Maps. You can find it on both. It should be an image of October, what was it, 2024? Well, I can hear the 777 spool up. If we have to wait after that, I can maybe even show you myself. It's just pixels, it's nothing very specific or very detailed. Malky indicating that the Paramaribo A340 is pinging and coming. Wouldn't that be something to see the departure of the A340 from this point of view? I hope I am low enough. It already passed us by. There you go. Yeah, we're right in the middle of one of those departure lulls that you have here at Schiphol Airport when you're filming departures. Less continuity in traffic flow than when you are filming arrivals. Should be getting good again. We have a 777 now lined up, ready to go to Chicago. KLM flight 611, PHBQO, the registration. The airplane 18 years old, first flight January 2007. Roy also back in the chat, good to see ya. Wolfgang found a lot of hay bales. Well, we are Hail Baileys. Landing in the background. BizJet. Is it Max? No, it doesn't look like it. Right, won't be long. And then this will be the only runway for departures for an hour or so. Can definitely hear some fireworks also being set off. That must be bird control. Why not show you guys? Let's go to Google Maps. Right, and let's go to the Polderbaan. Right. Here we have the Polderbaan. Here we have the Vijfhuizerweg with the roundabout where in the grass field we're usually standing. Over here, in line with the first exit or entrance, if you will, for the headshots. Two people and the camping table with the reflection of the laptop tent. Like I said before, it's just pixels, but that's our location. And that was also where we were filming at the time that the satellite passed over. But like I said before, it's just pixels. Now it's getting busy and we are going to see quite a few departures pretty soon. Narrow bodies and wide bodies alike. On the left you can see KLM flight 677 to Calgary. Ah, Wolfgang was looking way more down. No, we are filming the departures from the location I showed you just now. Next up is going to be KLM flight 1045. Going to Birmingham, Embraer 190. And it looked like it was German Airways. After that, KLM flight 677 to Calgary, which is a 777. KLM Asia by the looks of it. Calgary, of course, the United Asian country. No, not Lin. It's in North Asia. And I was wrong. I was wrong about delivery too. Didn't click on flight radar, otherwise I would have seen that it was of course a Britty Hopper and not so much German Airways. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Next airplane coming this way, KLM flight 677, 777-200 going to Calgary in Canada. 20-year-old airplane, first flight November 2004. Zulurk also back in the chat, good to see you mate. Hen Air, good to see ya. Lyric Stone has to go, thanks for joining mate, enjoy the rest of your day. 777 time. Now I'm also seeing a couple of Deltas not too far away. GE90 roar indeed. Think we are going to see a Delta Airlines A330 to Tampa next. Or are we? This looks like something more EasyJet-y. Okay. Interesting. Interesting to see Delta taking off from 18 left. Right. Well, doesn't matter. Plenty more coming. First up, an A320neo by the sound of it. EasyJet, not showing on my flight radar, don't know where it's going to go to. Right, A340 on the roll. Thank you, Wolfgang, and thank you, Malky. Why is it lining up on 18 left? I don't understand. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Now I can hear it. And only here is it airborne. Why is it going to 18L? What's going on? Doesn't make sense, does it? How high is it? Not very. And again, looking at how high it is above structures here on the ground. Slow climber. Let's see if its sibling is doing better. This is Delta Airlines Flight 237 to Tampa in Florida. 21-year-old vehicle. First flight was in February 2004. November 806, November Whiskey. Next up is going to be TUI Flight 361 going to Willemstad, Curaçao. 7878 Dreamliner, the PHTFJ, 10-year-old airplane, first flight January 2015. Now, still a departure from a heavy from 18 left. How much more longer is the runway going to stay open for? Is there anything else scheduled to take off from 18 left? Doesn't look like it, does it? Is the Qatar to Doha coming this way? It looks like it, doesn't it? That is perfect. Nice finale with wide bodies. Hopefully the Cathay Pacific Cargo 7478 as well. Right, Qatar A350 coming this way, folks. That's terrific. So it does look like the Aalsmeer bound runway 18 left is now finally closed. No indication of movement where the Singapore, the Cathay 747 is parked, so all good for the time being. Got a duo of airplanes lined up, two KLM 737-800s. The one on the left in the foreground is going to go to Athens. The one behind it will be going to Malaga. So that's an E2, and Iberia Express has an A321neo. There's the A350 from Qatar in the background. Let's look at that again, but with a different airplane, almost identical to the one we saw just now. KLM flight 1545 to Malaga. Next airplane taking off, PHBXU, 18-year-old airplane, first flight April 2006. And then it looks like an E2 Embraer from KLM, which isn't showing on flight radar, or is it? No, that does look like an E2 Embraer. Then A321 from Iberia Express to Madrid. E2 Embraer already going. E2 Embraer 195 now showing on flight radar, flight 1233 to Göteborg. 2-year-old airplane, first flight May 2022, the PH and XL. Iberia Express already spooling up. A321neo going to Madrid. Flight 1792. Airplane a year old. First flight October 2023. ECOCH. ECOCH. Right, Fidel Castro over here as well. Things are happening rapidly, not a lot of time. Qatar A350 to Doha is lining up over there. Flight 276, A350 900. Before that, a massive big thank you to Han Air, who just now gifted a membership, and I saw that Rob Chopper is the recipient. Welcome back, Rob, and don't forget to say thank you to Han Air and enjoy your custom emojis that you now have access to for a month. Han Air, thank you so much for your generosity, and also a massive big thank you to Alabama L, who just now gifted 5 memberships. Alabama L, thank you so much for your generosity, mate. Hope everybody who received a membership from you just now will enjoy it, and thank you for it. Welcome to the Aurora Skyline's new members. Don't forget to use the custom emojis that you now have access to for a month. If you like being a member, consider renewing your membership or maybe gifting somebody else a membership who might also enjoy it. This is Qatar Airways to Doha. Flight 276. What a wonderful machine. Wonderful machine, wonderful sound. Not a big fan of the livery, but that's that's a personal matter. That's personal preference, I guess. Looks infinitely better in Finnair livery, for instance. Or Delta, for that matter. Speaking of which, Delta Airlines Flight 73 to Atlanta, Georgia. 18-year-old airplane, first flight January 2007. And you're welcome, Han Air. Thank you for your generosity. Pleasure's all mine. This is an 18-year-old airplane, first flight January 2007. Delta Airlines Flight 73 to Atlanta, Georgia. W says, arrived Atlas 747 coming in your direction south of Zwanenburgbaan. I'm already looking in the direction of the threshold of the Zwanenburgbaan because we ought to be able to see things taxiing around the southern threshold from over here. Don't have a visual on it just yet. Should come this way at some point, so I'll just keep looking. This is KLM flight 1921 arriving, going to Zurich, Embraer 190, with another KLM narrowbody behind it. Let's see, that would be another Embraer 190 to Zagreb. Does look like the KLM A330 to Aruba is also approaching. There's the second Embraer 190. And there is KLM flight 767. Hey, I spy with my little eye. A Queen of the Sky. Means foregoing the departure of KLM flight 1921 to Zurich, number 190, which you will be hearing on the mic pretty soon. Right. We'll catch that again in a moment once it is on this side of the platform area. Group of duckies which already have landed Saw that pass by right in front of me. This is KLM flight 1967 to Zagreb. Embraer 190. Looks like a 737 to Lisbon will be going before the KLM A330 to Aruba. KLM flight 1583 on the right to Lisbon, that's a 737-900. 23 years old already, first flight October 2001, the PHBXS. And in the background you can see KLM flight 767, which is an A330-300, which will be going to Oranjestad in Aruba, the A of the ABC Islands, in the Gulf of Holland, off the coast of Latin America. Right, well, things are getting ever more cloudy here. You can see the direction of the wind. This is a so-called Wolkenstraat in Dutch, literally street of clouds. And you can see parallel to this one we have more. Phenomenon that you see where clouds are forming parallel to the direction of the wind means that the wind is blowing from over there. Looking south of me, also clouds, but not as much as looking north of me. Right now it is time for KLM flight 767, which will be going to Oranjestad in Aruba. It is an A330-300. It's FAKB, PHAKB. 12-year-old airplane, first flight February 2012. And air has to go. Thank you so much for joining, mate. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you again during the next one, which will hopefully be tomorrow. Alright. I spy with my little eye a queen of the sky, and also looking on flight radar. Cathay 7478 has come alive. I think that would be a beautiful ground finale. Or are we also expecting other wide bodies? Still a triplet of deltas by the looks of it. Underway. Now, for a moment, no wait, there it is again, on flight radar. That center tail also having come alive. Shuni mentions let M76 freighter 130. Is that outbound? More airplanes taking off in the meantime. Another Embraer. Bridgie Hopper. Ready. Well, we're waiting for the 7478 Cathay Pacific Cargo to Frankfurt. It has come alive on flight radar. Don't see anything happening yet in terms of pushback. This is a number 190 arriving, no, going to Stuttgart. Well, Shuni, if there's one thing that you cannot trust, it is the departure times of cargo airplanes. Case in point, the current 7478 Cathay Pacific Cargo. German Airways Embraer as well. Now, if you guys have been enjoying the stream so far, you have already consider leaving a like. It really helps to bring in more people. People like yourselves who are into streams such as these, but who haven't come across Amos Live yet. The next airplane to take off is going to be KLM Flight 1375, an Embraer E2 Embraer 195 in fact, which is going to go to Bucharest. Delta A330 to Detroit will be next after that. That's an A330. Esther Benjamin is tuning in from sunny Cairo. Well, we used to have sun here earlier in the stream. We did. Now it is cloudy, unfortunately. Definitely also a bit cooler. Hey, stuff is happening. Pushback of the 747 in progress. There we go. That is cool. And I think you're right, Wolfgang. A rocket takeoff from the 747. Light to Frankfurt. Not too far away. It could probably do the flight on 2 engines instead of 4. Okay. Made a little mistake there. Now, lost the chat window. I have to first copy the URL back before I am able to see your chat again. We'll do that in a minute. In fact, let's do that right away. Delta is coming. Also, interestingly, pushback of the China Cargo 777 freighter, so that is also expected to take off from the runway we are standing next to pretty soon. But now I accidentally pressed on back when I was trying to get the chat active again. I had to scroll. That always runs the risk of freezing the chat. Means I have to go back into my notes where I always copy the URL of the chat. Copy it. Back to the browser. Pasting it. Live chat instead of top chat. No, that's not, still not what it needs to be. Right. Fuck's sake. Okay, well, first the Delta. I'm not now in Flight Radar, so cannot tell you all the details. Issues with the chat. Delta Airlines first. Right, and we have Qatar 777 traversing the runway, just having arrived apparently. Let's see, refresh of the chat. Yeah, now freezing again. Doesn't go to the bottom of the screen. Okay, open up a new window, try it again. Okay, I think I got the chat back. Now, Flight Radar. Right. Full as well. I think we are back with the chat window. There's always the risk of losing everything when somebody is posting a long message and I have to scroll. Usually a menu opens up where I can delete a message or assign somebody who is posting a message a moderator, and I always want to click it away, but then chat no longer updates. Had to restart. I'm seeing messages about 09 being the runway the 747 is assigned to. Wouldn't be surprised if they were going to open up runway 09 given the prevailing wind. If that is going to happen, I wouldn't be surprised if they are going to switch this runway up and make it a runway for arrivals. Last time we saw the configuration where 09 was also being used for departures. I think it was Polderbaan outbound, 09 outbound, and then runway 06 for arrivals. Looks like everything is going away to a different runway. I think what they're doing is runway roulette, and they're going back to a different runway configuration. Ah, yet another runway configuration. This is what I am seeing after refreshing the LVNL website. Current runway use, landing, parallel landing from the north, and now 09 is in use for outbound. That is interesting. And there's an update in the expected runway use, so let's have a quick look. From 1 until 1:40, parallel arrivals and takeoffs on runway 24. Then from 1:40 until 2:20, landings on Polderbaan, takeoffs from runway 24. What? And due to an increase in the wind from easterly direction, runway 09 is going to be used for departures instead of Kaagbaan, runway 24, for an unknown duration. Okay. Means that this runway has closed, which is interesting, considering the fact that the wind is blowing more or less in the direction of this of this runway heading. At least use it for departures, I would for arrivals, I would say. But there you go. Such is life here at Schiphol Airport. I guess that means it is time to wrap up, and hopefully the wind is more pronounced tomorrow, so that we can hopefully have a look. Why not have a look while we're here? Have a look at Windfinder. We can see right away what tomorrow will be. Tomorrow we are going to have wind from the southeast, so that is probably Polderbaan and center for arrivals, and yeah, I'm not sure about departures. Could go either way. It does make it more likely to go to the Polderbaan for arrivals. That seems to be the most secure choice, at least. The runway the bird controller is doing the runway inspection. I think it's time to wrap up. I think the time of the end of our stream has arrived. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I had a wonderful time, even though it was a very unexpected turn of events. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I have. Thank you all for joining me here. Thank you for all the support, for all the likes, all the super chats. If you like the stream and you haven't done so already, consider leaving an additional like. It really helps to make the channel discoverable by more people like yourselves who are into streams such as these. Also, a massive big thank you to everybody for the super chats and super stickers, merch store purchases, gifted memberships, becoming a member yourself, and whatnot. Also, a massive big thank you to the moderators for keeping the chat friendly and accessible to all. Hope to see you all tomorrow, hopefully with more predictable weather and predictable runway use. For now, enjoy the rest of your day. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now, guys.